Alright guys, so here's the rest of the review. The approval method, that's one's going to be pretty basic. We're just counting across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll put my 6 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my 10 goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Even though it's a tie, it really doesn't matter because it's not in first place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So clearly the winner is the one with 10 votes. So in this case, the winner by approval method is hamburger. And I will be asking you to give me 3 positives of the 4 positives for the approval method. And the approval method helps the strongest candidate. The approval method gives more choices. The approval method eliminates negative campaigning. And finally, the approval method, so let's, sorry about that, we gotta make this a little smaller to fit it in. And finally, the approval method allows adding and subtracting candidates without affecting the vote. On the other side, the 3 cons to the approval method, and I'm going to give you 4, you need to know 3 of them, is a majority winner may not win. You can end up with ties. Insincere voting happens a lot more in the approval method. And voting for everyone or no one is not a vote. So those are 4 of the cons, and I would want you on a test to list I would want you to list at least 3 of them. Now we move on to multiplying and dividing fractions. Okay, so we're always going to reduce first. This here reduces to 8 over 11. And this here can reduce to 9 over 5. Now we can't reduce diagonally here, so from there we just multiply across. 8 times 9 is 72. 11 times 5 is 55. And that is our answer. Our second one, we can't reduce vertically, but we can certainly reduce diagonally. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 goes into 21 7 times. 17 goes into 17 once. And 17 goes into 34 twice. So this becomes a 2 down here and a 1 up here. And once again, we always finish by multiplying across. 3 times 1 is 3. And 2 times 7 is 14. So there's my answer, 3/14. Here, there's nothing to reduce, so we just multiply across right away. There's nothing vertically or diagonally. So this becomes 40, 8 times 5, and then on the bottom, 7 times 3, we get 21. And there's my answer. Here, I'm going to reduce vertically. So this becomes 9 goes into 45 5 times. 9 goes into 63 7 times. And now we're looking diagonally. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 25 5 times. And then 7 goes into 7 once. 7 goes into 14 twice. And now we multiply across. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 over 5. So it's 2/5. And now we go to division. Before I divide anything, I'm always going to flip that second fraction. So this fraction here becomes 55 over 26. And now this sign turns into multiplication. And now we look to reduce. We can reduce vertically here. 4 goes into 32 8 times. 4 goes into 25 times. So 8 and 5. Now diagonally, I can't reduce vertically here, but diagonally, 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 55 11 times. Here, 2 goes into 8 4 times. And 2 goes into 16 13 times. And now we end up with 44, we multiply across, over 13. Here, this one, we're just going to flip the fraction. We're going to flip that second fraction, I should say. So it becomes 7 over 10. And this sign becomes now multiplication. There's nothing we can do diagonally between the 5 and the 7, but here I can make the 12 6 because 2 goes into 12 6 times. I can make the 10 5 because 2 goes into 5, or 2 goes into 10 5 times. And when I multiply across, notice across you can't cancel. These 5s don't get canceled, they just multiply. So 6 times 7 is 42. And 5 times 5 is 25. Here, we're going to flip. I'm going to reduce vertically first. Reduce vertically first. This becomes 5 over 6. And this becomes 9 over 5. Now diagonally, the 5 and 5s cancel. And that's 1 and 1. 3 goes into 9 and 6. So 3 goes into 6 twice. 3 goes into 9 3 times, and I multiply across. 1 times 3 over 2 times 1 is 3 over 2. And finally, flip this fraction. Nothing vertically can be done, but diagonally we can cancel on both spots. 11 goes in 11 once. 11 goes into 22 twice. 13 goes into 13 once. 13 goes into 39 3 times. 1 times 2 over 1 times 3. And I get an answer of 2/3. And that, my friends, is our review.